Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys and you ladies, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods here on this Wednesday. It is freaking hump day. Thank God. You know what? Time seems to be flying to me. I can't believe that we're already on the 10th of March. The half of this month is almost gone, and I can't believe it because I got something special going on at the end of the month that's going to be probably interesting for all of us. Something that's definitely going to bring a lot of joy to me, and something I've looked forward to for well over a year. It's been a year since we've had this pandemic, and man, it's been hard on everybody. But anyway, as we sit here now waiting for free agency, guys, ladies, come the 15th, teams are able to start talking to free agents. Come the 17th, the beginning of the league year, we will, in fact, be finalizing contracts. The interesting thing, of course, is what are the Dallas Cowboys going to do now that Dak Prescott is not franchise tagged? Well, he is technically, but he's really not. The list of franchise tag players, which I found actually very, very interesting. We have the Broncos, Justin Simmons. I was hoping he was going to be a free agent because that would have been the guy I would say, Cowboys, go get Joe Man. But they realized we're going to put a second tag on him, and Todd France is hard at work getting a long-term deal for him. We have the Jets safety, Marcus May. What? Two safeties? Then we have Washington football teams, Brandon Sharif. We have the Bucs wide receiver Chris Godwin. We have the Jags offensive tackle Cam Robinson. Giants defensive lineman Leonard Williams. We have the Bears Allen Robinson. Panthers offensive tackle Taylor Moton. And Saints with the third safety Marcus Williams. It's kind of interesting that there's more safeties that are franchise tagged than any other position. Is this now a reevaluation of safeties in the NFL after kind of going the way of where running backs have been for a while, where you looked at it and said, you can always get a running back. That's not a big deal. Is it now that the tide is turning on safeties and teams are realizing safety is important? Well, I've been saying for quite a while we need a safety because we haven't had a great safety since Darren Woodson. And when you look at him, he should be in the Hall of Fame. When you look at him and the numbers and the things, it's one of the things that have always gone well with the Dallas Cowboys. We've always had great safeties when we've had great defenses. And that has been an area that's been lacking. I hope we address it higher in the draft than we have this year, or possibly look at a free agent. But definitely. So I want to, well, before I do that, I hope that the Cowboys are now focusing in on free agency. And instead of being the team that waits till week 2 or 3, or more like 3 or 4, before they do anything, that we start looking maybe in the middle of next week, that maybe we'll let the dust clear, let the real big stuff, but then not just look for the bargain basement value, but the middle of the road guys. I think there's going to be a lot of those free agents that are out there that can help the team. But I want to go back here and revisit, and thank God we can move on from, Dak leaving. And here's the thing that I hope. Here's the reality. Whether you're a Dak Prescott fan or not a fan, he is the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, at least for 3 years, barring catastrophic injury. He is the leader of the Dallas Cowboys. What we need to do is we need to get behind the guy. There's no point in just, trashing him for no good reason. He's all we got. He's our guy. He's our team leader. We should hope that he plays lights out, that he plays, like a Pro Bowler, that he plays and has a career of a Hall of Famer, because that translates to that star getting back up on top. There's no quarterback out there in the history of football that has won a Super Bowl by themselves. And this is where the Cowboys have taken the first step of getting this ship right. And I'm hoping that through the course of free agency, that we take another step forward, that we do better at evaluating talent than we have, that we just stop looking at the bottom line and look more at the stat line of where these guys should be and get this thing together. But I just want to just revisit something, because this is the narrative that's getting pushed out there. And I just want to show you guys a little something here, okay? We'll go to Colin Cowherd, who's kind of – have you noticed how everybody's kind of changed their tune a little bit now? Before it was doom and gloom about Dak Prescott, but now it's kind of like, oh, yeah, this is good.
Mr. Optimism at the network. So I want to start being positive on the Dak Prescott deal. Number one, the Cowboys are uniquely wealthy. Attendance, best in the NFL, franchise worth almost $6 billion. They are able to, because of their game day revenues, because of their enormous brand appeal, to write massive guaranteed money checks that a third of the league can't write. Hell, it may be half. And because they can do that, and it's such a healthy brand, they gave Dak a boatload of guaranteed money, and that brought his cap down to only $22 million first year, meaning Dallas gets, in the first of these 4 years, a little bit of a cap break.
What?
That's good news. That means they can spend it on defense, and they should spend every penny of it on defense. The other good news is they've got 2 or 3 good draft picks. If they spend that $15 million on defense and they draft with their first 2 or 3 picks defense, with the addition of Dan Quinn, who I think is going to elevate their scheme defensively, Dallas isn't going to have to win every game 37-34. I think their defense is going to be better. I think they save in year one a little bit of cap space they can spend on defense. Here's more positives. Dak's a grown-up. Dak's responsible. He's not going to, go crazy town. He's a grown-up. He's an adult. This money's not going to do. You're not going to see him on 4,000 commercials. Dak's a head down, play hard, let's kick butt guy. Also, the story's over. Dak feels good. Cowboys have to feel somewhat good, and we don't have to talk about it anymore. Here's more positives. Dak's in the second year with Mike McCarthy, and he gets a preseason. Generally, year 2 of an offense, you're better. Here's another positive spin. The best part of Dallas, the very strongest unit's wide receiver. They're good at wide receiver. That complements Dak, and the NFL's becoming more passing-centric. All positives from Mr. Optimism at Fox Sports, Colin Cowherd. Now let's pivot into some realistic concerns.
Okay.
I saw this headline this morning. Dak Prescott becomes highest paid player in league history. That is not a recipe for Super Bowls. We have a recipe for Super Bowls. Young quarterbacks on rookie deals and great quarterbacks on team-friendly deals. Good quarterbacks making great money does not win Super Bowls. Tom Brady's already restructuring his deal again. Now people say, well, the cap's going up. Folks, the cap goes up. The last 25 years, it's gone up 24 times. I talked to 2 general managers this morning. There'll be no time over the next 4 years. It'll go up, but it's called escalators. When networks sign these big deals, and you see in the blogs and the media critics, Fox goes from paying $1 billion a year to $2 billion a year. That's not what we pay for the next 2 or 3 years. They're called escalators. We go from paying 1 to 1.3 to 1.5 to 1.7. But the time the cap really explodes, this contract's over. Dak's working on the next contract. So, yeah, it's going up. But it doesn't jump up overnight. Okay. And I have this theory is that don't compare good and great. Like, I never have had a vacation in my life it was a great vacation. I went to Hawaii. I took the kids. We did helicopter tours. We did scuba diving. It was a lot of money. Oh, it was a lot. Oh. But when I flew back, I was like, worth every penny. I paid my daughter to go to, in Connecticut, to go to a junior high private school. I'm not going to tell you what I paid. But it was a great school. I've never once regretted paying great for great. House, education, experience, ski trip, never once. Paying great for good, I almost always regret it. Dak's good. Mahomes is great. I would never have a problem paying Rodgers, Russell, Mahomes great money. Because great is a different galaxy than good. There's never going to be a...
All right, that's enough. Here's where I want to go with this. We're talking about paying great, as he says, great money for good. And it's still on this thing that the formula, he says the formula for the Dallas Cowboys, or excuse me, the formula for winning Super Bowls is that you basically have a quarterback that's not getting paid. They're on the rookie deals. Okay, so if that is your premise, then the fact that then you're saying that Aaron Rodgers, then you're talking about now Pat Mahomes, you're talking about Russell Wilson, you're talking about, Ben Roethlisberger, you're talking about Carson Wentz or Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford. You're saying that literally none of those guys can ever win a Super Bowl again because they're no longer on the rookie quarterbacks. So we're basically saying that Kyler Murray, Haskins, let's see, Josh Rose, Sam Darnold, he's still on his rookie one, so I guess he can win one. That's that's a pile of crap. Because here's the thing that's interesting. The Cowboys contract, okay, first of all, I'm trying to understand where he says that the Cowboys are better suited to do these massive signing bonuses, better so than anybody. Well, when you think about what Carson Wentz got for his signing bonus, or you think about Russell Wilson and his signing bonus, or you other teams have massive signing bonuses, okay? It's not that we have a salary cap and revenue sharing. That's a lot of crap. But regardless, the way the Cowboys got this deal structured, here's where it's interesting. Lucky 13. Because right now, Matt Ryan's cap number is almost $41 million. Aaron Rodgers, 37. Russell Wilson, 32. Kirk Cousins, 31. Ryan Tannehill, 29. Jared Goff, 28. Jimmy Garoppolo, 26. Ben Roethlisberger, after restructuring, is still higher at 25.9. Carson Wentz, 25. Pat Mahomes at 24. Teddy Bridgewater, a guy that they're looking to replace, is 23. And then there's Dak Prescott at 22. Remember when Colin Cowherd was saying things like the Dallas Cowboys should trade for Derek Carr because that's a much team-friendlier contract. They can save some money. They won't have to pay Dak Prescott. Oh, and here it is. Dak Prescott is making $875,000 more. That's it. So the Cowboys actually kind of follow that formula. We don't want to pay too much for it. I know what you're going to say. Yeah, but Mark, next year. Look at the contract next year. I don't know if this will allow me to go to 22. Let's take a look at 22 because it does bump up to 33. 33 is interesting because that's the number that the Eagles are paying this year. That the Eagles are paying this year to say goodbye to Carson Wentz. Let's just take a look at 2022. Kirk freaking Cousins, he's got to get a restructure. He's got to go. 45. Matty Ice, 41. Deshaun Watson, 40. Aaron Rodgers, 39. Russell Wilson, 37. Matt Tannehill, 34. Dak Prescott, 33. And right behind him, Pat Mahomes. So for the next 2 years, you are actually golden with this contract. And come 2023, if the salary cap's not there, well, you have those voidable years that you can use like a piggy bank, like the Cowboys have always done with Tyron Smith or with Tony Romo. You can go ahead and prorate some more of it, convert it. So this contract is truly a win for the Cowboys as well as for Dak Prescott. He gets the bragging rights of saying, I got the biggest signing bonus, the biggest compensation for 1 year. And quite frankly, I look at this and say, you didn't pay him for 5 years. This is just kind of evening out the whole situation. Haters will still hate. I know that. But you know what? Yeah, I can't help you. I just can't help you. So with that being said, I got some work to do in the workshop, but I got some more work to do on the studio upgrades phase 1. And again, thank everybody who has gone through and helped. I'm going to have a big reveal coming up soon as I finish getting everything together. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. And I just can't wait. I'm Mark Holmes, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. I will see you guys later.